Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we will talk about interior of a set in a metric space. We'll see definition of interior of a set, then we'll give some examples, we'll see some properties of interior of set, and we will go through some problems. So let me just explain the outline of the lecture. So first of all, I will tell you what is interior of a metric space. Then we'll see some examples to understand the idea. Then we will see the properties of interior of a set and we'll go through a problem solving. So let's start with a definition of interior of a metric space. So what is interior? For example, suppose A is a subset of metric space given to you and interior is nothing but set of all points in A such that there exists an epsilon positive with open ball around X of radius epsilon is again contained in A. So to be more specific, what we can do, just for example, suppose this is your metric space, right? And suppose a subset is given to you is like this. Say any arbitrary subset. So this is your metric space X and this is a subset A. Now what you want to do, you want to check interior points. So basically if I'll take a point outside A, just for an example, you can simply find an open ball around that point which is not in A. Okay, if you are talking about Euclidean metric in R2. Okay, but if I will take any point inside A, then definitely I can find some open ball around that point such that that open ball is again contained in the same set. So this is nothing but a interior point. So interior point means set of all points of A such that you will find a radius, some radius positive, such that open ball about that point of given radius is again contained in A. Okay, so for example, suppose I'm taking any point on a boundary. Definitely, if no matter what small radius I will take, open ball will not be a part of A, it will go outside A. Okay, for example, suppose I'm drawing this open ball, then definitely you can find that some portion of open ball is outside the set A. So this boundary point is not interior point of set A. Okay, so I'm just talking about this example with reference to R2, where distance, Euclidean distance is nothing but a given metric. Okay, so interior of A is nothing but X belongs to A such that there exists epsilon positive means a radius for which open ball around that point X of this radius is contained in A. If this happens for this point X, then X is called as interior point of A. Okay, as I have explained here through a diagram. Now we will go for some examples of interior of a set. So let me just again take some examples. For example, suppose this is your real line, okay, R, and let us take usual distance as a metric. Now let me suppose this is my 0 and suppose this is my point 1. Let me just draw close interval 0 1. So this is my close interval 0 1, that is my subset X. Now I want to find out interior of this X. It's quite obvious to understand that whenever we are talking about real numbers, open balls are always open intervals around that point. So if you're choosing a point outside 0 1, suppose for example this point, you can definitely find open interval which is completely disjoint from your given set. So these points cannot be interior points of this particular set. So you have to exclude all the points outside the interval given to you, because you can find an interval which is completely outside the given set, right? So now we are have to focus on the points which are inside the given set. So now we have 0 1. Okay, so suppose I'm taking one point here inside 0 1. So definitely I can find open interval around that point which is again contained in the given set, right? So definitely this point is an interior point. So you can apply the same argument for all the points which are within 0 and 1. So from 0 to 1 excluding 0 and 1 right now. Why I'm excluding 0 and 1? Because if I will take 1, no matter what small radius I take, I will definitely see that open interval around that point 1 will go outside the set X. So some portion, I will say exactly half portion of that open interval, it's outside the given set. So this particular boundary point 1 cannot be interior point. Similar argument follows for a point 0. If you are at a point 0 and if you are taking any open interval around that point 0, no matter what small radius you are taking, that open interval will have half portion outside the given set. So this boundary point is again not an interior point of this particular set. So at the end of this discussion, what we find? We find that interior is nothing but set of all points within the range 0 to 1. Okay, so that's why interior of this set is nothing but open interval 0 to 1, and interior is basically denoted by x raised to circle. So x circle, that is interior of a set. So notation of interior is nothing but x circle, or say a circle, depending on the set which is given to you. So this is notation of interior. Okay, now after this example, we have enough idea to understand what is interior of a set. So for any given point, we must find some open ball around that point, which is again contained in the same set. Okay, now let's go for the properties of interior. The very first property of the interior of a set is that interior of a set is always an open set. So it is very easy to establish this particular property. So let us do it. Suppose for example A is a set given to you. So let X D be a metric space. Fine. And A be a subset of X given to you. Now what is interior? So A interior is nothing but set of all points in A. A मधले असे सगळे points such that तुम्ही त्या point भोवती there exists some radius positive such that जर तुम्ही त्या पॉइंट भोवती त्या रेडियसचा ओपन बॉल ड्रॉ केला तर तो ओपन बॉल पुन्हा ए मध्ये असायला पाहिजे. So there exists some r positive such that bxr is contained in A, that is called as a interior of a set A. Now I want to show that this is open set. So my claim is that I want to prove that A interior is an open set. Okay, so I have explained open sets in one of my earlier lectures. Okay, I will give a link in the description. Go to that lecture and kindly find out what is open set. So I'll directly go to the methods here. So I want to show that this set is open. So I will take a random point from this set. So let X belongs to A interior. Okay, so this implies there exists R positive such that open ball around X of radius R is contained in A. This is only because of the definition. Simply by definition we can write this: there exists some R positive such that BXR is contained in A. But I want to show that this set is open, A interior. So as per the definition of open set, if you are taking any point of that set, you should find open ball around that point which is again contained in that set. Okay, so suppose for example you want to show that this set is open. Okay, you want to show that this set is open. So to show that this set is open, you have to take some random point of this set and you have to find open ball around that point which is again contained in that set. Then we can say that this set is open if this happens for every point. So right now we have taken point X from A interior. I want to show that A interior is open. So I want to show that there exists some point radius such that open ball around this point is again contained in A interior. So we have found the radius R positive such that BXR is contained in A. Okay, I will take a subclaim and I will show that this open ball BXR is also contained in A interior. Okay, so that will be enough. If I could show that BXR is contained in A interior, that means हा open ball पुन्हा A interior मध्ये जातो असं जर दाखवू शकलो मी, if I could show that, then definitely this is gonna be open set. So for that, let's Y belongs to BXR. BXR is open ball, so BXR is open ball. Okay, so thus it is an open set. Okay, so this implies there exists some delta positive such that by delta is contained in bxr. Specifically, what I will do, I will choose delta equal to previous radius r minus distance between point x and y. So obviously for this radius delta, open ball around y of radius delta is contained in, just for an example, suppose this is your set A, right? And this is bxr. Okay, this is point x and this is your radius r. Okay, now we have taken some random point y. So let me just magnify this diagram so that you can understand it more clearly. Why we have taken radius as delta as r minus d of xy. So suppose this is your set, right? Suppose this is your set, this is your A, and suppose this is your bxr. Okay, suppose this is your bxr. So definitely this is center x and this is your radius r. Okay, now you have taken some point y from this open ball. So obviously there is some distance between x and y. So this is your dx comma y, right? So what I will do, I will just remove this much distance from radius r. So I will have a very small distance around x. So if I find draw open ball around y of that distance, definitely this r minus d of xy. So definitely we have very small distance. So if I will use that distance as radius and if I will draw open ball around y, then that open ball will be definitely contained in this particular bxr. So that's why we're taking delta like this. Okay, now I want to show that y belongs to bxr. I want to show that y belongs to A interior. Okay, so it's enough to show that by delta is contained in A. Okay, if by delta contained in A, then definitely y belongs to A interior. But that's quite obvious, right? Now by delta is contained in bxr, but bxr is contained in A, right? That is given to you. So by delta is also contained in A. Okay, now I want to show that this belongs to A interior. So this is quite obvious now. So y was a point of set A and I found a open ball around y which is again contained in A. So by, suppose this is your by delta. So this open ball is contained in bxr is contained in A. So by delta is contained in A. So by definition we have found a radius. आपण एक radius find केली आहे delta such that y च्या भोवती जर डेल्टा रेडियसचा ओपन बॉल काढला, okay, if we'll draw open ball about y of radius delta, then that is contained in A. So that satisfies the definition of interior of a set. So point y satisfies the definition of interior of set. So what this implies? This implies y belongs to A interior. But y was a point from bxr. So this implies bxr is contained in A interior. Okay, and that proves that if you choose a point from A interior, जर A interior मधला एखादा पॉईंट घेतला तर त्याच्या भोवती एक रेडियस मिळते की त्या रेडियसचा ओपन बॉल काढला तर तो ओपन बॉल परत A interior मध्ये जातो. That is, if we choose one point from A interior, we could find radius r such that bxr is again contained in A interior. So that's why A interior is an open set. Okay, now let's move to the next property. What we want to show that interior of A is contained in A, but that is quite obvious. If you look at the definition of interior, basically we are taking points from A itself. So it's quite obvious that interior of A, okay, is nothing but set of all points from A which satisfies this property. So in case of interior, we are taking the points from A itself. So this property is quite obvious. Okay. Now let's go for the next property, that if A is contained in B, I want to show that A interior is contained in B interior. So let's do this. Let X belongs to A interior, right? So this implies there exists some radius r positive such that open ball about X of radius r is contained in A as per the definition, but A is subset of B. So this implies for this radius r, for this r positive, comma, open ball about X of radius r is contained in B because A is subset of B. So that's it. So since open ball about X is contained in B, so this is nothing but point of B interior, so X belongs to B interior. So thus A interior is contained in B interior. That's it. Now let's move to the next property. I want to show that A intersection B interior is equal to A interior intersection B interior. So basically it is quite obvious. Firstly, we can write down some easy steps, that A intersection B is always contained in A and A intersection B is always contained in B. So this implies, as per the previous property, this implies A intersection B interior is contained in A interior and A intersection B interior is contained in B interior. So that's why A intersection B interior is contained in both A interior and B interior. So that is contained in A interior intersection B interior. That's it. That is the first part. Now to define the converse, let X belongs to A interior intersection B interior. So this implies X belongs to A interior and X belongs to B interior. So as per the definition, I can found there exists some radius r1 positive such that open ball about X of radius r is contained in A and X belongs to B interior. So there exists r2 positive such that open ball about X of radius r is contained in B, right? Let's write r1 and r2 here. So now for radius r1, open ball is contained in A, and for radius r2, open ball is contained in B. So what could be the radius for which open ball will go in both? So we have to choose minimum radius. So let r equal to minimum of both of these radius. So r1, r2. So for this radius, clearly for this radius, open ball about X of radius r is contained in A also, and open ball about radius X of radius r is contained in B also. So this implies open ball about X of radius r is contained in A intersection B. So what happened? So we showed that for taken X, there is open ball about X of radius r which is contained in A intersection B. So this implies X belongs to A intersection B interior. So we had taken this point from A interior intersection B interior. We showed that point belongs to A intersection B interior. So thus A interior intersection B interior is contained in A intersection B whole interior. So I will just combine this and this statements together. So from star and double star, A intersection B interior is exactly equal to A interior intersection B interior. That's it. Now we will go for the next property, that is A interior union B interior is contained in A union B interior, and this inequality may be strict. Okay, so let's do this. This is very easy. So for proof, we know that A is contained in A union B. Okay, and B is also contained in A union B. So this implies A interior is contained in A union B interior, and B interior is contained in A union B interior. So this implies A interior, both are contained in same set, so their union is contained in A union B interior. Right. Now this inequality may be strict. So this is very interesting observation that this inequality may be strict. To establish that observation, I will take x equal to real numbers under usual metric, that is distance. Okay, and let us take a equal to set of all rationals, and let us take b equal to set of all irrationals. Okay, now what is a interior? It is quite obvious to understand. What happens if you take any rational number? Okay, if you take any rational number, so x is a rational number, no matter what small radius you take, that open interval about x will contain infinitely many irrationals. So that open ball cannot be part of rationals again. So none of the rational is in interior. So interior is empty set. No rational number can be interior of rational number itself, because that open ball contains irrationals. Same is the case with irrational. If you take any irrational, for example, suppose you are taking y, and y is a point of irrational, no matter what small radius you take, if you draw open ball about y of radius, given radius, it will contain infinitely many rationals, right? So that's why B interior is always empty. But what is A union B? Rationals and irrationals together form real numbers, and A union B interior is nothing but real number itself, because real numbers interior is going to be real numbers. For any real number you can find open interval, which is again a part of real numbers, so that's quite obvious. And you can easily find here A interior union B interior is empty set. So A interior union B interior is empty set, and empty set is properly contained, it is properly contained in A union B interior, that is real number. So that's why this inequality may be strict, which is an interesting observation to understand. Now let's move to the next, some descriptive problems. So the problem 1, give an example of a metric space where A and B are subsets of X such that A interior equal to B interior equal to empty set, but union interior is X. So we have just seen this example. So this example works here also. If we take X as real numbers with under usual distance, A as rationals, B as irrationals, then A interior is empty, B interior is empty, but union is R, so union interior is R, that is whole X. So this example will work in this particular descriptive problem. Now let's go for the next problem. We want to find interior of Z in RD, where it is the usual distance. This is again simple thing. So this is your real line, right? This is 0, this is 1, this is 2, these are your integers, this is -1, this is -2, and so on. Now choose any integer. Okay, suppose I'm choosing this integer, right? No matter what small radius I take, because d is the usual distance, so obviously open ball is gonna be open interval. So no matter what small radius I take, that open interval will contain non-integers. So definitely that is not gonna be subset of integers again. So we can easily understand that none of the point can be interior point of integers. So clearly Z interior is equal to empty set in this particular problem. Okay, now let's go for the next descriptive problem. We want to find the interior of this set y belongs to R2 such that x is greater than y, and origin is taken there. So what I will do for this, first of all we will take x equal to y. So if this is your y-axis, this is your x-axis, so this is gonna be the line. Just a second, let me just erase this. Yeah, so this is your line x equal to y. Okay, so this is your line x equal to y. Now you can easily understand this is x equal to 0, y is non-zero here, y can be greater than x. So the portion above line does not satisfies your condition, so we have to take x greater than y, so we have to take the portion below the line. So this particular set which is given to you is nothing but the portion which is below the line. Okay, not above the line, not even the points on the line, because points on the line satisfy the condition x equal to y. We need x is less than y, so we need to take the points below the line. Okay, so now what happens, since we are not taking these points on the line, we are just taking this origin. Except origin, there none of the point on the line is in the set. So if you choose any point, we can find open ball which is again contained in the same set. So every point is interior point, but origin, around origin, try to draw any open ball. That open ball will contain some points where x is less than y. So that's why this is not interior point. So what is interior? So interior is equal to set of all points x and xy belongs to R2 such that x is greater than y minus, okay, 0 0. So you need not to take this point. So a interior, if this is my set A, then a interior equal to this set. Okay, no 0 0 will be interior point of this set. Now we will go to some multiple choice questions. What is interior of the set C equal to? This is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. 2 3 is open, 1 is closed, and 0 is open. So obviously 1 will not be interior point because we can find open interval which go outside this particular set. Even if you take radius half, you can find that. So that is not an interior point. So interior will be open 0 to open 1 and open interval open 2 to open 3 union. So this is your answer: open 0 open 1 union open 2 to open 3. Then we have seen this uh, union is not equal, so this will not happen. Okay, this is reverse, this is not true, this is equal to. Okay, so right option is C, that A interior union B interior is contained in A union B whole interior, and A intersection B interior is equal to A interior intersection B interior. Let's go for the next multiple choice question, that is A is non-empty subset of real numbers, distance is usual. What can be A interior? Can it be singleton? No. See, this is your real line. If you are taking singleton point as interior, no open interval around that point will be again contained in the same set. So singleton cannot be interior of any set. Finite set containing more than one element cannot be interior. Finite set containing more than one elements, it cannot be interior, because you can find some open intervals around those points which are not in the that finite set again. Because it is quite simple. See, same logic applies here. If x is an singleton, say x is singleton, if you draw open interval around x, it contains infinitely many points. So how it can be again in singleton, right? Similar case is the finite set. If you draw any open interval around any of the point, that open interval contains infinitely many points. So that is again a problem. Same is the case with countable but not finite. See, suppose I'm taking countable set. Okay, so let me choose one point of that countable set. If I will draw open interval around that point, open interval is uncountable, right? So how uncountable set can be a subset of countable set? So this is again a false. So A interior can be empty, and we have seen that if we take A equal to rationals, interior is empty. If we take A equal to integers, integer in single interior is empty. If we take A equal to irrationals also, interior is empty. So this is all about interior of set. I just hope that you might have got all the ideas that are discussed in this particular lecture. So thank you for watching and subscribe to channel for more content. Thank you.